Okay, let me sort of go over a few more things just to, I guess, showcase stuff. Have a look at we looked at the video camera last time. Let's look at the digital camera. Now there's a camera button here. I'll be honest, I don't know why it's there, because you can't actually ever access the any sort of camera function unless you open the lens. It's the only time the camera app will actually start up. And just to show you guys sort of the startup time, and this will override, by the way, anything you're doing at the moment, listening to music, running your games, looking at a website, whatever it is. As soon as you flick this lens on, it'll pause everything and go straight to it. This is just the camera startup time. It's actually very quick. That's it. Quicker than on any sort of Nokia I've seen in recent times. Operation of it, it's once again very simple. Half press of the dedicated camera button up here. Green means you're focused. Full press will take the picture. For example, let's take a picture of this. Processing time isn't so bad. It's pretty quick. Camera functions, by the way, kind of showed it off earlier, I think. There's not much to it. You have very basic settings. It'll do macro shots just fine. And that's it. You don't have any sort of control over how the quality of the picture is. In layman's terms, it says fine, super fine, coarse, whatever the sort of settings are. You have command over the flash, and really, once again, that's it. Exposure and such. Resolution, there are two. One is 5 megapixels. There says it's 3.5 megapixels widescreen. It's simply 5 megapixels cropped down. That's it. So it's not. It's really not. There's only really 5 megapixels. The shots it takes, sort of like the video cam, are pretty general. Let me show you here. And once again, I don't know why this function is separate from the media player. I really think it should all be together. This could be striked out, and photos could have been put there, but it's a UI decision on my most part. Annoying thing is, for example, here it loads up. Default is to load up every damn picture you've got, even if you choose a folder. Next time, and you choose a custom folder or whatever you choose. Next time, it'll still load up all the damn photos. So if you have a bunch of them, it gets annoying. Okay, here's the picture I just took. It has flash, but there's more than enough lighting around here. There's a monitor over the left side and light on the right side. Here's a picture I took of one of the cats. The yellowing is because of the flash, nothing else. It's not because there's no sort of haze. There's no sort of something wrong with the camera itself. It's just because of the flash. It comes out a little yellow, and if there's not enough light in the area, it's going to be common with any mobile camera with an LED flash. If it had a xenon flash, like I'll show you in a second with this point and shoot, you wouldn't have this situation. Here's a similar picture took with the point and shoot, which is a 7 megapixel. It's a Canon PowerShot Digital Elf something, a few years old. The difference isn't too bad, actually. The Nokia takes pretty detailed shots. Both of these were macro shots, so kind of up close. Pretty good, no complaints. If you want to see a picture without the horror of the yellowing, when there's enough light and you take the pictures outside, just like every other Nokia 5 megapixel, it's pretty good. There's no complaints. You know, if you were, you know, let's say stuck in an accident and you had to take pictures, for example, for, you know, proof, you'd do just fine with this. You know, it's quite legible, if you will. And there's really nothing else to do with the camera. There's no options. It's not a cyber shot, or even plain Jane Nokia. So no options there. Another thing about the media player, or I should say the speakers, they're pretty good. However, if you're using 3.5mm jack, it tends to get a little tinny. Another thing is that the media player, like I said before, is lacking, you know, sort of equalizer. So there is, you know, you can't really boost the bass up any way you want to. Speakers are good if you know, if you're watching a movie with a friend or YouTube or something like that. It's just fine. I'm trying to think, is there anything else to go over? Once again, you know, I suppose that's it. I won't really go into the OV maps. It's pretty bare bones, like I said, and there's no integration with the rest of the software as far as that goes. So, you know, there's nothing much to that except for, you know, routing and maybe finding a few places. I have had trouble trying to use Google Maps in here, but it's probably just me. Everyone else seems to work fine, I guess. There's really not much else to this phone per se. You know, it's really an internet tablet. Speaking of the phone functions, for example, let me. The phone functions are bare bones. It is just a phone. It makes calls, and that's it. Like I said before, there's no smart dialing. You know, it's not going to pick up on anything. And as far as other phone functions, for example, like profiling and having an application to change the profiles, it doesn't really matter because there's only two profiles. Either it's on or it's not. You know, so in that sense, this phone is sort of bare bones. Even its options for its, you know, sounds and whatnot. You know, I don't believe there's. Well, you can add your own, but once again, compared to what Nokia's usually come with, it's kind of limited. Definitely an afterthought as far as the rest of the thing goes. If there's something else somebody wants to see in particular, you know, message me or leave a comment or something, and I'll go over it with you. But I think that pretty much covers most of what this phone has to offer, or this tablet has to offer. I'll make another video with sort of my thoughts about it, you know, wrapping everything up in a bit.